Good morning, everyone. My name is YUVRAJ. I'm the lead for compliance and innovation at YUVPay, and today I am taking you through a strategic drive that I have for you, utilizing AI for our compliance within the organization. Now, AI is the word of the day. Everyone wants to utilize it, but few understand what the implication could be for their organization. For us, as a credit bearing institution, as a fintech, we want to ensure that we utilize AI to get real time anomaly detection. And we will be able to do this using AI's ability to both identify unusual patterns in behavior and adapt dynamically. No longer will we have to have our team go through every single transaction over a certain threshold of, say, 5,000 USD. Now, the system will tell us what to focus on. It will do this using both the supervised and unsupervised model. Supervised model, where it will look at our past data, what constituted a fraud, and ensure that we pick up on those patterns in the future. And also unsupervised, where it will find new and odd patterns which will help us understand how frauds are being committed in the future as well. We would also utilize a sub-technique of an isolation forest where the data points would be broken down to its bare bones, and anything that would pop up as an anomaly would then be investigated. With this, we'd be able to bring down our manual review time by about 40%, which would save time, effort, and money for the organization. So the question that would happen is, what are its strengths and weaknesses of using AI in AML compliance? Strength, very clearly, it catches true risk, it reduces false positives, it ensures that we build risk models of individual based on the data that we have, and that accuracy is improved over time. However, it also comes with the potential of black boxes, which means that we know the data that we're inputting, we know what it is telling us as pose a potential risk of fraud, but we don't understand how that happens. Not to mention the fact that how the data is utilized by the system could be contentious with policies such as GDPR being in place. As the Financial Action Task Force puts it, if you cannot explain the model, then you cannot implement it as an organization. For this, we have solutions which we will discuss further. And of course, we talk about algorithmic bias. With the case of Goldman Sachs and the Apple Card, they were providing uh, credit limits for women, which was lower than that of men, simply because the model was biased based on past data. Again, this can be prevented if these things are caught in time, which could be utilized using XAI, which brings me to my next point. So, explainable AI refers to understanding the logic that was used or for our AI tool, or making it in a more human logic setting. It allows for us to figure out whether there are certain biases or proxies for biases which exist, and it does so by using tools such as SHAP and LIME. And these tools help us understand the why of a model. Why does it take place? Why has it told us that this person could cause a fraud? Helps us with interpretability and to communicate it. And for that example, I have taken a SHAP plot for us. So this SHAP plot looked at a case that we took where we asked the test model to look at a number of variables that could cause a fraud for one of our account holders. Now, SHAP means shapely additive explanations. And this specific SHAP plot said that the system identified this person having potential of fraud because when their normal transaction velocity was maybe 2 transactions a day, we saw 50 transactions over a 24-hour period in locations where they would never make those transactions. In this case, it was in Asia, whereas this person has always made transactions in the UK and is a UK resident. And not only in one location, but in multiple geographies, making it highly concerning. And while transaction size and the job profile did cause a slight concern, it wasn't the major cause for the model to cause this person as being a potential for fraud happening. and being in breach of our compliance norms. That is not to say it doesn't look at the flip side. So it looked at how long that this individual has been with us and the fact that they've never caused fraud, and said that's probably not the reason. So in the end, the question is, what are the risks with risk management using AI and regulatory safeguards? How does that benefit from its use? And again, we go back to the fact that it allows for proactive identification of these issues. It allows us to strengthen our compliance posture simply because the data is looked with far more detail, and patterns which were not normally there can be identified, making it a more confident understanding of how our organization runs. Yes, there is a potential of a black box, but if you use tools such as SHAP, it ensures that you have clear regulatory documentation ready to share if ever audited. In short, I would hope you see the benefit of us employing AI with our regulators and in our compliance team, saving us time, effort, and money. Thank you.